Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Well, we have a no prep race coming up, so we're getting ready for that. My son is. He's made a couple changes and he's actually working on the nitrous. And how long you been doing this today?
I've been out here probably 3 hours or so talking the nitrous line.
Just 3 hours, just on setting the nitrous up and flow testing it. And
Yeah, the fuel side.
yeah, he's flow testing the fuel side.
So,
You want to show how you do that?
yeah. Most people use this nice fancy tool that my buddy loaned me, but I have rubber hose for my nitrous side, for the nitrous kit. Goes to my solenoid right here. So I can't attach to this because I don't have a AN to barb fitting. So I made my own flow tool basically. As you can see, I have a Russell gauge. And in here there is a jet, the nitrous jet that I'm using on my fuel side. You want to use the same size if you're going to do this. And this is another barb fitting like this one. And the jet is in here, clamped down, and if you want to hit the switch, we can hit the switch on the car. Make sure that fuel line doesn't come out of that canister. Look at the gauge, you can see I have 7 pounds of flowed fuel through my nitrous jet. So basically you would loosen this lock nut, turn this adjuster, and this would obviously change the fuel pressure. So right now it's flowing at 7 pounds, so this is the fuel pressure I will have when this kit is turned on.
It's nice to know that you have it, have your fuel where it needs to be. That way you don't go lean or anything.
So now that's set. As you can see, I used the fuel canister to drain the fuel into. I'll pull this apart and put it back together, back to normal, and part of it is done. I'll show you how I did this. Here's the barb fitting.
Show it up here again. Let's so they can get a good look at that, what you used. Okay, there you go.
It's regular Lowe's or Home Depot. And
Okay.
the jet is actually right here.
Good old Home Depot.
This is an extra fuel jet or nitrous jet that I had, either or, since it's an eBay kit. And I just placed it in there like so. Slipped the hose over it, tried to clamp it down right about here, and float it. Where you put your pressure, that's going to depend on preference. Some people run them at 6, 3. It all depends how the carburetor's tuned and everything. I like mine at 7. I usually run a lot of timing on nitrous, which some people don't like, but to each their own thing. Some people like to play it safe, pull a lot of timing, run it on the leaner side. I like a little bit of rich and timing on the nitrous. So,
Well, it's been working out for a long time. We've never heard a motor, all but maybe a head gasket here and there, like from normal situations.
most of the time I ever heard a head gasket, I listen to everybody else and their methods.
That is
Last
true.
time I pulled timing and listened to someone who was very good with nitrous, and I ended up hurting the car.
That's how it goes. Never hurts to try things though, right?
And then we can pour this 93 right back into the tank.
You got 93.
Yeah, pump gas.
We're moving up. The Mustang usually had, what, 87 in that?
On motor, yeah. On nitrous, I always use 93.
Oh, okay.
Unless it was like a 100 shot, which I don't recommend anybody ever doing. But I have done it just to play around and take it.
That's all going to be a learning experience taking this to the no prep, and it's going to be first time out for this year, so
I'll check, make sure we have no leaks. The static pressure, which is the pressure it'll have against a closed solenoid, that will, it could go up to 9, 10, 15 pounds.
what do you got?
As you can see, I'm at 10 pounds of static fuel pressure right now. So float, I'm at 7. Right now I'm at, well, now it's rising up even more, 12. This thing, it could pin the gauge. So don't worry about that. As long as you have no leaks, you're fine. But just know when you activate that kit, it'll drop right down to 7. That's why it's important to use your fuel jet. If you don't use your fuel jet, you use the wrong fuel jet, that pressure will change being flowed through that jet. So if you go with a bigger fuel jet and you don't adjust, you don't flow that or nothing, if I were to just put a bigger jet in this, that pressure is going to drop being flowed. If I put a smaller fuel jet in this, that pressure will rise being flowed. So it's very important that you use the same jet that you're going to use with your nitrous kit when doing any flowing of this nitrous setup. It's very important.
You know, you might help somebody save a motor. And that's what we try to do. We try to put information out there and maybe try to stop somebody from making a mistake. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, just don't make fun of me for my little Wardo connectors.
We're allowed to do that. Big Mike does that at the Hoopty barn.
Well,
We're allowed to do something Hoopty, right, Mike?
I have these due to if people want to stip me at a motor, if I grudge race this or something, I can quick disconnect it and hook it right back up easily. So that's why that's done that way. And this is honestly kind of rushed. I wasn't really planning on spraying nitrous through this for this event, and then I kind of last minute chose to put nitrous through it, and I don't even know how it's going to work. It'll be tested March 5th at Capitol, no prep, backtrack race, so we'll see.
Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, fellas, I hope this helped somebody out, and my son was willing to do this segment with me, and I always try to put information out there when we do something, and other people have their methods, but this is something he's been doing for a while, and it's worked out pretty well for him. So
this is to show you don't need fancy tools like a $300 flow gauge to do this. This is a $10 gauge, a $10 fitting, and some hose from AutoZone. You can usually get this stuff Pep Boys, AutoZone, Napa. I think I got this from Amazon.
yeah, I think most of our performance stuff comes from Lowe's. I think we have more Lowe's performance parts than Jugs.
Yeah. That's a Lowe's fitting. That's a Lowe's fitting.
So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut this off, and I hope this is helpful to somebody, like I said. And I always want to thank you guys for checking out what we're up to. Take care, everybody.